So I want to thank AWE for asking me to speak today. I love to get up and have a microphone on and hear myself talk, so thank you. And I'd like to thank all 5 of you for sticking around for this, one of the last sessions. So I also like to have fun when I'm presenting, so excuse me if I have fun at your expense while I'm doing this. CDM Smith, we deliver integrated solutions in water, environment, transportation, energy, and facilities. We're a 5,000 person engineering firm, primarily in the US. I tend to talk very fast, so I shouldn't have any problem getting through all these slides in time. And I do want to leave some time for questions because I'm probably not going to cover, hopefully I'm not going to cover any questions that you have specifically. I'd like to address those though. I talk about this regularly, and I normally talk for an hour or 2 at a time in front of groups. So it's hard to get everything in 15 minutes or so, but I'm going to try. So in the industries that we serve, particularly AEC, there are a lot of challenges, and we knew this when we started looking at mixed reality. It's slow to adopt new technologies. It's never really undergone a major transformation. The productivity in the AEC industry is a 40-year low, and profitability is declining. Problems finding and utilizing and retaining quality talent. Unable to execute projects effectively, lack of shared vision among all the key stakeholders, bad foundational decisions on these big projects that you have to live with year after year, or if you don't address them early. Larger projects now we're seeing for infrastructure with a lot more players contributing, and it's resulting in more conflicts, not just design and engineering, but business conflicts. Insufficient knowledge transfer from all the stakeholders. High levels of change orders and costly rework if you don't catch these issues early. So those are some of the issues that we're trying to help solve with mixed reality. We are an early innovator in mixed reality, and I want to take a moment to talk about our trusted mixed reality development partner. Many of you have probably already talked to Object Theory. Object Theory, founded by Michael Hoffman and Raven Zachary. Michael, also known as the Hoff, is here and gave a great presentation earlier this morning. I can't say enough about these folks, so I'd like to include them in my slideshow. Our mixed reality journey, like many others, we saw Microsoft announce the HoloLens back in 2015. Squeaky floor. In June of that same year, we were able to go to Microsoft and actually try the demos for ourselves. In August, we were fortunate enough to engage Object Theory in their first mixed reality project, the software development. It was a 6 to 8 month sprint. We came up with dozens of ideas, all without having a physical HoloLens to look at. We ended up focusing on collaboration, where we saw the most value. So in March of 2016, we had our collaboration platform. It was our vision. It was their quality work. And it came out. We were ready the day the HoloLens started shipping in 2016. And we were early. You guys may be late, you may be early or mid, whatever, but we were early, trust me. And so it took time to even find use cases to use this. I would say a good 9 months, and we finally started using it. In June, well, now we're in June, we're going to be switching off of our platform, which we created with Object Theory, and we're going to start using their Prism Mixed Reality Collaboration Service. So this is what we created with those guys. Many of you have probably seen these videos around. Avatars to represent each other. It was really the first mixed reality collaboration. Immersive full scale and tabletop views, remote viewing of 3D models, gaze for the participants, measurement capabilities, being able to take measurements inside the models at full scale, annotation in 3D, live spatial audio chat, and large map navigation and teleportation. And obviously a shared collaboration. So we've been using this platform for 2+ years to get in front of our clients and win and perform work. I'm going to talk about some of where I've found our focus or sweet spot is for what the HoloLens is good for now for us. So for our particular scenario, this is where we see the most value and where our clients see the most value. Collaboration and communication. Being able to do real world design reviews, conflict reviews, safety reviews, constructability at scale. We've been doing everything at scale from day one. Tabletop was neat, but first thing we ever did was a 37-foot pump and pipe that was going into a facility we were actually engineering, designing at the time. And we see this going from conceptual model review, which we do now, to design model review at different 30, 60, 90, into operations and maintenances. And that's where we actually see the most value of this, obviously. Stakeholder buy-in. Being able to use mixed reality in a nausea-free environment where no one gets sick from low frame rate or not being able to see the real world, and being able to walk through physically these environments from day one, through the design, through conception. It's just incredible how much trust and how much design intent gets conveyed when you're adding this to your already effective work processes. I mean, we're not doing anything instead of this. We're using this to augment what we're doing. So we still do the 3D model fly-throughs on a 2D screen, but now we're immersing ourselves in it. Knowledge transfer and experience transfer. So we build a lot of facilities, infrastructure, and what we find is that people are retiring, and in a lot of the stuff that we build, water, wastewater, and such, you know, may not have so many people going into those industries, but what we're doing is we're using the HoloLens to get actual usable feedback from these folks who are operating these facilities for 20, 30 years, and who now have a say-so in how the new facility is being designed. Being able to walk them through at full scale and say, okay, this is great, but I can't change the filter here, which is something they may have seen on a 3D fly-through on a computer, but when you put them in it spatially and you have them walk around it with other people and they can, you know, have a conversation about it, it's very evident that it just increases the knowledge transfer tremendously. Public outreach, doing lots of stuff with this, down in Texas in a few weeks with a client where we'll be showing several versions of different transportation intersections, and the public will be able to come in and walk through these intersections and say, I like this about that, I like that about that. Done much of that. I put this one last, sales and marketing, because it wasn't really something we focused on. We did have, as part of our initial scoping of ideas, sales and marketing. But what I found over the last 2 years of doing this, after probably 5,000 demonstrations, it has completely transformed our interactions with our clients. And being able to provide them with an engaging white glove experience on how we're going to deliver work for them is transformative. Even though I put it last, I'll put this first to talk about, because essentially mixed reality has contributed to almost $500 million in new transportation work for us, or infrastructure work for us, transportation being one of those. It has been a fantastic differentiator. Here are some of the comments about what our clients and the business side of CDM Smith is saying about mixed reality and how we're using it to get in front of our clients. These days, our clients and many of your clients, they're wondering, who is that trusted partner that they're going to be able to work with in this age of digital disruption? They want to know that they have someone that is not just same old, same old. And many of those clients are living in a sea of sameness. So mixed reality is a fantastic tool. Now, one of the practical use cases is cross-checking. When we do designs, the traditional way of cross-checking for conflicts and stuff is on paper, and we still do a lot of that. But you have to get all the disciplines in the same room. You're looking at a piece of paper, and you're trying to figure out, okay, this pipe is going here. Mechanical, what are you going to do about this? Piping, what are you going to do about this? We also will continue to use 3D clash detection, but it's on a 2D screen. It's very effective. It finds a lot of stuff, but I can't tell you the number of times we've put somebody inside a HoloLens experience and they walk around behind something and find something they'd never found before. It's truly a game changer. Here's just, these videos are actually all about 2 years old. I can't show a lot of the newer stuff that we're doing because clients won't let us, quite frankly. But this is just an example of walking through. This isn't virtual reality, this is mixed reality. It looks great because I recorded it off of a PC that was viewing this from a HoloLens. But essentially we walk around, this is actually 2 years, a month ago. We're able to walk through, and you'll notice, I didn't notice this for a long time. He's not very tall. I'm not very tall either. Turns out we were both sitting in chairs while we were doing this. And because you don't have to physically walk, you just tap the floor. And I went back later, someone said, "Why are you guys so short?" We were both sitting down. But we're able to walk through or teleport through the entire thing. Now you're gonna see some screen jittering. I left that in there purposely because, you know, especially 2 years ago, the capabilities for the HoloLens, you know, there are limitations. And in this particular one, we brought in a very, not too big, but enough geometry that we probably shouldn't have. So it's trying to show everything in those other rooms. But essentially, we're walking around just by tapping, and we're talking at the same time. We've done this with as many as 12 people at a time, different cities. In fact, we did one big test where we had 10 people in 10 different cities. But you'll notice as he goes up the stairs, he just kind of looks up and clicks and goes to the top. I thought I would be funny and try and click my way through it. So I just kind of walk up, click. I'm going to get off this because I'm going to run out of time. Here's another one, brief simulation of folks inside of a bus rapid transit terminal for a transportation client. In this particular one, they realized after doing the HoloLens walkthrough that the curb was really too high. Another one that we did for a client, they walked around a bus rapid transit station and realized that these planters they had were too big. And so we ended up moving those back a foot and a half. Not a big deal, but what I found out later was, yes, that's a big deal. You have to pay for all those changes when you've got concrete there and you have to dig it up. Best benefits of the mixed reality, enhanced client engagement. It's off the charts. Common understanding of designs, early detection of issues, more reliable construction designs at the end. If you're getting input like this, real valuable input, you're not going to make as many mistakes. You're not going to have as many change orders or rework. Stakeholder and public outreach, facilities, usual input from the operational staff, get them into the design process. It's very intuitive. You get insights you're not going to get from looking at a screen. More timely operational decisions. It actually enhances that collaborative mindset. It encourages confidence in the trust and process and overall accountability. Why does this work so well? And I like to show this just to our clients who don't have the expertise that many of you have. We are visual creatures. We live in a 3D world. You know, our brains process, the majority of the information they process comes through our eyes. We're spending enormous amounts of time to navigate through the real world when we're walking around, when we're driving cars. It just makes sense that when you stick someone inside of a design and they're able to navigate themselves around these spaces, they're going to find things using the most powerful computer we have, the brain. What's next? Lots of stuff is next. We awarded out about 25, 30 use cases for just what we call smart facilities control and immersive mixed reality or immersive digital twins. Here's a proof of concept many of you may have seen. We did with Object Theory a year and a half ago, and we'll be taking this out into a field with a client before very long to do an initial proof of concept on a facility. So the HoloLens is on the same network as the device, and we're able to control the pump. We're able to see the flow coming through the meters. We're able to change the direction of the valves and the solenoids. And we're able to take action. So 2 scenarios we're working on. be able to be anywhere in the world. You're in London and you want to see what's going on in your facilities or one piece of equipment or something that's high value process. You pull up that digital twin with a HoloLens, you see the actual data coming through, or you take action on that data through that connection. Or you're in the real world, you're walking and seeing that asset, and you're able to see just the information coming through. I think I put the entire video in here, which is 2 minutes, and I should have just done the 1 minute video. So we're gonna have to be patient and watch for a second. I showed this before, and I forget to wait until we take the top off so people think we've just faked it. It is real, it does work, and we are moving forward with this. I think beyond this, the key places that we're looking to really use this technology is asset management. And what I think in the 5-10 years will be smart facilities controls, being able to incorporate into our designs as a firm these kinds of concepts. One of the reasons we built this proof of concept, not only to show to our clients, but to show to our engineers. We have great engineers, but we have to start designing, and we are, for this digital transformation that is about to hit us like a tsunami. Technology is not linear. Technology adoption is exponential. So even though business as usual is going on, the fact that technology is not going to slow down, and pretty soon it's going to be that crashing wave on the shore. Go past that and see what I got here. Oh, Captain Obvious. Told you I like to have fun. So 23 seconds left. I did it.